episode in Bhagavatam which comes when Prahlad Maharaj was asked repeatedly by Narasimhadev to ask for a benediction. Prahlad, please ask. Ask for any benediction because you have gone through so much of torture, so many difficulties, so many miseries you have experienced. Just once, if you would have told Jai Hiranyakashipu, everything would have been fine. But you kept on telling Jai Shri Hari, Jai Shri Hari. You chanted my names and I have appeared, I have vanquished. The demon is gone. Ask for any benediction. Imagine, if we are not able to imagine this, one big crorepati, billionaire, whoever it is, Jeff Bezos or someone who comes and he says, I'm extremely pleased with you. I'm so satisfied, so happy with you. Ask for anything. What we will do? We will say, okay, just give me some 2-3 minutes. I'll think about it, what all I can ask, and I'll give, and I'll ask him. What did Prahlad Maharaj ask? It's a very, very, very important thing. And this actually will, if at all we have any kind of myth or understanding that this material possession and wealth are important in life, hear what Prahlad Maharaj is asking. Very, very interesting thing. I have to share my screen in the other way. Let me just share. So this is Prahlad Maharaj asking to Hiranyakashipu, to Narasimhadev. It's very, very interesting. These are the prayers offered by Prahlad because nobody was going in front of Narasimhadev to see his ferocious form. Everybody was scared and Prahlad was sent and he pacified Lord Narasimhadev. And when he's asking in his prayers, when he's sharing these prayers, these are so wonderful, so deep in his spiritual realization. Let's just try to understand a little bit on this. So this is Prahlad Maharaj is saying, my dear Lord, people in general want to be elevated to the higher planetary systems for long duration of life. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to have no diseases. They want to go and take vaccination, other precautions, so that they live for a long time. So he's telling, in general, want to be elevated to the higher planetary systems for long duration of life, opulence, and enjoyment. But I have seen all this through the activities of my father. Here is a first-hand experience. Prahlad is saying, I have seen all these things through the activities of my father. That is why his realization is so important. When my father was angry and he laughed sarcastically at the demigods, they were immediately vanquished simply by seeing the movements of his eyebrows. Look at the position and the power of Hiranyakashipu. They were immediately vanquished simply by seeing the movements of his eyebrows. Yet my father, who was so powerful, has now been vanquished by you within a moment. I want to just take 5-10 minutes and then we'll close this. Within this material world, one should understand by practical experience the value of material opulence, longevity, and influence. We have actual experience that even on this planet, there have been many great politicians and military commanders like Napoleon, Hitler, Subhash Chandra Bose, and Gandhi. But as soon as their lives were finished, their popularity, influence, and everything else were finished also. Prahlad Maharaj formerly gathered the same experience by seeing the activities of Hiranyakashipu, his great father. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj did not give any importance to anything in this material world. No one can maintain his body or material achievements forever, mind you. No one can maintain. No material achievements will remain forever, neither our body. A Vaishnava can understand that nothing within the material world, not even that which is powerful, opulent, or influential, can endure. At any time, such things may be vanquished. And who can vanquish them? The Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Kala. Therefore, one should conclusively understand that no one is greater than the Supreme Great. Since the Supreme Great demands Sarvadharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja, every intelligent man must agree to this proposal. One must surrender unto the Lord to be saved from the wheel of repeated birth, death, old age, and disease. And he goes on. There are a series of verses. I want to just take just pay little attention. My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities from Lord Brahma down to the ant. As powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. This is the benediction that Prahlad Maharaj is asking for. He's not asking, okay, give me a kingdom which is unrivaled. Give me the sovereignty or the power and influence like nobody else, the three like Brahma or Indra. Or maybe, let me be surrounded by beautiful women. Let me indulge in all this kind of as much of wealth as possible, because he's telling these are all temporary and futile. This will all go. He has seen practically from Lord Brahma down to the ant, and as powerful time, you destroy everything. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. And Prabhupada is telling, by studying Srimad Bhagavatam, every intelligent man can get experience like that of Prahlad Maharaj through the historical incidents mentioned in this great literature of spiritual knowledge. By following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, one should gain through experience that all material opulence is perishable at every moment. Even this body for which we try to acquire so many sensual pleasures may perish at any time. The soul, however, is eternal. Na hanyate hanyamani sarire. The soul is never vanquished. And he goes on to tell. There is one verse that I want to share and then we'll close. This verse is very, very interesting, very important verse. Naivod vijay parat duratyaya vaitaranyas tad virya gayena mana mahamratamagna chittaha soche tato vimukha chetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya bharam udvata vimudhan. Very, very beautiful verse. So he's telling, again, Prahlad Maharaj is continuing, for best of the great personalities, I'm not at all afraid of material existence. For wherever I stay, I'm fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. My concern, and this concern is for all of us, only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their families and societies and countries. I'm simply concerned with love for them. And this purport is very, very beautiful purport. Pay attention to this. This will, throughout the entire world, everyone is making big, big plans to adjust the miseries of the material world. And this is true at present, in the past, and in the future. Throughout the entire world, not just in your country, in your locality, or in your, friend circles that you are seeing. Everybody is making big, big plans to adjust the miseries of the material world in their own ways, whatever in their own capacities. And this is true at present, in the past, and in the future, not just in your place, in your city, or in your locality. This is true in all place and time, in past, present, and future. Nonetheless, although they make elaborate political, social, and cultural plans, they have all been described herein as vimudha. See, there is a word used here as maya sukham bharam udvata vimudhan. So they are described here as vimudha, fools. The material world has been described in Bhagavad Gita as dukkhalayam asaswatam, temporary and miserable. But these fools are trying to turn the material world into sukhalayam, a place of happiness, not knowing how everything acts by arrangement of material nature, which works in her own way. Prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasaha ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities that are actually carried out by nature. There is a plan for material nature, personally known as Durga, to punish the demons. Although the asuras, the godless demons, struggle for existence, they are directly attacked by the goddess Durga, who is well equipped with 10 hands with different types of weapons to punish them. She is carried by her lion carrier, or the modes of passion and ignorance. Actually, this purport by Prabhupada is so revealing. What is our position? What is our hope of enjoying in this material world? How it gets dashed again and again, and as how we are so helpless in the hands of material nature. Prakriti Priyamanani, Pune Karmani Sarvasa. But because of this false ego, we are thinking we are controller and we are trying to carry out these things. And how Durga Devi, the controller of this material world, is punishing us with her trident. Everyone struggles very hard to fight through the modes of passion and ignorance and conquer material nature. But at the end, everyone is vanquished by nature's laws. Nobody is spared. Nobody is an exception to this. Everyone struggles hard and gets vanquished. And then Prabhupada is saying there is a river known as Vaitarani between the material and spiritual worlds. And one must cross this river to reach the other side or the spiritual sky. This is an extremely difficult task. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Daivi hi yasha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. This divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. The same word duratyaya, meaning very difficult, is used here. If you see this Vaitaranyas, Naivod Vijay Parat Duratyaya Vaitaranyas. So the same word is used here. Where is it? Therefore, one cannot surpass the stringent laws of material nature except by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Nonetheless, although all materialists are baffled in their plans, they try again and again to become happy in this material world. Therefore, they have been described as Vimudha, first-class fools. As for Prahlad Maharaj, he was not at all unhappy, for although he was in the material world, he was full of Krishna consciousness. Those who are Krishna conscious trying to serve the Lord are not unhappy, whereas one who has no assets in Krishna consciousness and is struggling for existence is not only foolish, but extremely unhappy also. Prahlad Maharaj was happy and unhappy simultaneously. He felt happiness and transcendental bliss because of this being Krishna conscious, yet he felt great unhappiness for the fools and rascals who make elaborate plans to be happy in this material world. So this is a very interesting verse and revelation by Prahlad Maharaj. So that says how important it is to be engaged in devotional service and what is the benediction that he's asking for based on his personal realization, seeing the position of his father and telling this thing that he's finally asking that let me be engaged in devotional service to the Lord. Let me have the shelter of a pure devotee.